All right, so now finally, let's talk about everything, everywhere, all at once. This was a movie that the moment I saw the trailer for it, I tagged you, I tagged a bunch of people. I was like, all right, this is the E24 show that people are going to be talking about for the rest of the year. This is one that's going to be designed to be top 10, you know. But that's just because of how weird and batshit crazy that trailer was, right? But we didn't really know as we saw the trailer what the story was about. We were just going off of how weird it was, right? But really the selling point is Michelle Yeoh, right? I mean,
Yeah,
that's just as one of the great
I
Asian
think
actresses of our generation.
I'm not sure if it's true, but this was supposed to be Jackie Chan, right? And he gave it. He said no, or something like that. Quick question.
I assume, right? The Ki Hui Kwan, right? Ki
Right.
Hui Kwan, right? If you remember him, he played Short Round in Indiana Jones,
Oh
the
yeah,
Temple of
yeah,
Doom.
yeah, yeah,
If you
yeah.
notice the way how he looks, especially with these spectacles on,
Right.
that he looks like Jackie Chan, right? And
Okay,
the
so you
fight
could. Oh,
scene involving him, it's like no
right.
spoiler, okay, yes, there's a fight scene involving him. That is straight up Jackie Chan. That's straight
Okay,
up
no
Jackie
problem.
Chan. Like a
Right.
that's actually a fantastic homage to Jackie Chan's, sort of slapstick fighting style, right? But we'll get
Yeah.
to that in a bit, right? Yeah. But yeah, the selling point for this, of course, is Michelle Yeoh. I mean, I've known her since the 90s with martial arts films like Twin Warriors. Well, we know it back in Trinidad, back in the days as Tai Chi, Wing Chun, the heroic trio,
Right.
so on and so forth, right? And of course, stuff like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and its sequel, right? Yes, there's a sequel, and it was kind of awesome, right? But
Right.
yeah, knowing that there was just her in this wild fantasy, martial arts comedy, probably existential comedy, I was excited as hell for this, right? And we were waiting for it, and it didn't come out in our local theaters. But
Yep.
I tell myself, all right, wait till it come out digitally, and we'll see it, right? And so said, so done. So, Ricardo, take it away. What was it about? And you could jump into what you thought about the film.
Right. So Michelle Yao plays. So I should have
Evelyn,
written.
she plays Evelyn.
Right. Evelyn, who is a laundromat owner, which she lose her husband, and she lesbian daughter, and she just kind of regretting a lot of she careers and she choices, and she getting dragged by what's she name by
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis, right? So she as with taxes, and she kind of fucking up the taxes and the whole thing. But then she realized, short wrong, she husband lose her husband, all of a sudden become this badass and telling her about the multiverse and all kind of nonsense, and she don't know what the hell going on. And they realize that the idea of the multiverse you could transfer information via the mind, and information you could control and get all kind of powers and get all kind of abilities by translating what skills you would have had otherwise. So it basically play on the conceit of the multiverse of different decisions. Each decision you make in life is, go on to make you a different person, and so on and so forth. And you can start translating that information because some kind of multiversal threat is coming to address her in the world as it is. And that's it. It gets weird. They address that. It gets meta. It's fun, very funny, and weird, and well done. And it's probably one of the best things I've seen this year.
Hells yes.
Yeah.
Hells yes. Yes. But yeah, you do your review and I'll jump into mine, or if you want me to comment.
Yeah, I personally loved it. This is the real multiverse of madness, right? And also a proper Matrix sequel, and also, how many other things are off the top of my head I was thinking of. They just scratch the itch in terms of just good filmmaking and good storytelling. And I really like the message. The central message of it is great. Like what it is trying to do and what it's trying to say. And it's very zen, for lack of a better term. Makes sense given the conceits. And yeah, it works. Really, really smart script, sharp. The rules a little wonky, but it's fine. I like how they played because they played for gags and jokes. That this one scene in particular involving a butt plug. Well, something that's not a butt plug but uses a butt plug.
Uh-huh. The moment I saw, I was like, okay,
Like,
okay,
jeez,
okay.
yeah, jeez, that shit had me cracking up. With my boy fly there, the camera blur up. I was like, jeez, but they
the
played straight.
mosaic
Yeah,
filter, bro.
yeah,
I mean.
yeah, like jeez, boy. But yeah, they make it work. Everybody's great in this. James Hong is great in this. The daughter, I forget the daughter's actress, her name.
Stephanie Sue.
Yeah, she was good at this. And then, well, the star herself. And then, well, the person who steal the movie, your boy Short Wrong, right?
Yes, yes,
He was
yes.
great in this. But yeah, Michelle Yao, she is the star. They make it really, really work. They have a great bit with involving credits, and
Oh my
that was so good.
god. I love it.
That had me crack it up. But
Yeah,
yeah,
me too.
the Daniels really came through for this. They were really excellent. This, from what I understand at this point, is the highest grossing 84 film so far.
Not surprised by that. Yeah.
Yeah, they make the most money. It was really good. But yeah, the Daniels come good with this show. This was real hard.
Yeah.
Just really great story, good storytelling, and well done. But they just they make it funny and a workable conceit as that's fantastic storytelling. And I wasn't the biggest fan of Swiss Army Man. Right? I like Swiss Army Man.
I remember looking back in our review of it actually, which we did back in 2016, I believe
Yeah.
it was, and yeah, we were indifferent to it. We
Yeah.
we
I didn't- I
knew we appreciated the awareness, but we just
Right.
felt it was kind of bordering on pretentiousness, you know.
Yeah. I didn't love Swiss Army Man, but I get why it was popular. But this was a hit. This was just truly fantastic and really well done. And yeah, I loved it. I can't say any more about it. We just have to talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I am gonna echo what as you said. I absolutely enjoyed this, man. What I really appreciate about this though was the imagination, boy. There's a lot of
Yes.
imagination goes into it, and not just okay. I just want to have this one award, you know, to look the way it does just because it's funny. No, it goes way deeper than that, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is one of those shows that I would just love. I mean, of course, you have to watch it again, right? But I just watched this yesterday time of us talking here, and immediately I was like, yo, I need to watch this again, like as soon as,
Yeah.
right? There's a lot that goes on, but what I was worried about going in is that it was gonna get too confusing and bogged down in terms of its logic and world building. But I just like how they just kind of tell you, all right, this is what it is, right? And you could either stop and be like, try to piece together what's going on mentally or just see it play out for yourself, right? Because really, when you think about it, it's kind of straightforward, right? It's weird, but it's just straightforward. It's not too convoluted, not too confusing, right? But it does help if you know a thing or two about media of this nature, like when you talk about the multiverse, right? If
Right.
you're at least marginally familiar with how stories like this work, then you should have idea what's happening, right? That being said, though, it's one of those shows that you have to strap yourself in because yeah, this is just a wild ride, but they will throw imagery at you, right? And it's the point that I imagine that somebody or somebody's gonna come up with some kind of video and they're gonna just kind of like break down every single shot. I want to see them do because there's a couple of montages involving Michelle Yeoh's transition into different personalities.
Listen,
I just see
all
different
kind of
boom,
great,
boom, 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 right?
Yeah, it has all kind of great. I find myself pausing with a lot of those, right?
Me
like
too. Yeah.
Like she's a nun, but it's a skull. It's like what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you don't know how that will play out because the thing with the multiverse is that it not only just your normal life and just set of events that you work out, but because every set of events could have a spin-off, it's get wild now. So it's like, yeah, just get weird. And she's like a mutant in one world and it's weird. It's funny. She was a cat in one. Like, that was funny.
Yeah, and you know, it's one of those shows that, well, you know, along with like watching it over again just to study shots and whatnot. The script for this, boy, this is one that because also from the directors, Dan Kwan and Daniel Shinas, right?
Yeah,
the Daniels as they call themselves, right? Yeah, boy. This is one of the best scripts I've seen visualized in a while, but like I would love for to be released online so I could just study it. Just because of how they were able to just do a lot, right? Even though the movie is fairly long, right? But just able to just do so much creatively and just concept wise by in that space of time, by just so amazing. Of course, Michelle Yeoh, she just crushes it. And what I love in terms of just her being cast is that it's not only that she could do action roles and look like a badass, but she could do dramatic roles as well too. She is quite endearing, right? I just love the idea of her just being this every woman in a sense, like like nothing really going on in her life, and it's like she's a success in everything. I love how they zero in the fact that she is not a success in anything, right? Or it's just they should say everything, right? And then they're seeing how it all plays out. Like, oh, in this in this world, she's this this widely known actress, right? I love how self-aware those moments were because I mean, like not so much in the 90s, but more in the 2000s after the success
Right.
of stuff like Crouch Tiger and Dragon. Yeah,
Yeah.
she was huge, right? So I love how it mirrors, right? Also, just how they touch on how they just sort of do references to other films, you know. So cases for the Matrix, right? Obviously, right? With
Yeah.
the whole, okay, I'm this guy and
Downloaded.
I'm telling you, I'm feeding you all this information
Right.
while this one body or bodies coming to kill you, and you
Right.
kind of have to learn this stuff quick. I love how she was able to learn martial arts basically. It's just, it can touch any kung fu fan in me where, oh, in this personality she was this actress who worked in a martial arts film, so you have this one moment where this one Sifu was telling her, everything around you is kung fu, even your pinky is kung fu, right? And that's
Right.
how she learned, right? And how they transfer that information from, from universe to universe, brilliant in my opinion, right? And it's enough for you to understand. But I imagine if you want to get real nerdy into it, you'll be like, oh, that's how it works. That's illogic. Okay, whatever, right? Um, Speaking of that, though, there was even a little bit of, I noticed a little bit of Wonka why worship as well too.
Right.
Like I saw a little bit of In the Mood for Love. I saw a little bit like they're touching on Asian cinema, in the process, right? So not just martial arts, but also dramas as well, to romance as well, right? But yeah, Michelle Yeoh is fantastic as well, though. You're
Yes.
really, yeah, she's just the perfect vessel for the story. I love the comparison that they put with her and the daughter, played by Stephanie Su, which I did not see coming at all, right? And that's all I'll say, right? But
Yeah.
yeah, what it touched on is just so poignant and so strong, man. But really, who walks over the MVP award is Ke Hui Kwan, right?
Yeah.
AK Short Round. Because yeah, he wasn't acting for like years. And the guy
Right.
just shows up and crushes it though. But
Yeah.
as he brought up the whole Jackie Chan stuff, the way how he looks with the glasses on, yeah, he looks like Jackie Chan. And there's the fight scene that he does that is straight up Jackie Chan shit. So I love that, right?
Yeah.
Um, Fight scenes very well handled, very well edited. Although yes, you could tell who's a stuntman and who isn't, right?
Yeah. A little
I
bit. Yeah.
love how over the top it is and all.
Especially involving a riot. Sheila's like, yeah, it's
Yeah,
clearly.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, right. But yeah,
Yeah.
I love how over the top they are. I love also the film wasn't like, all right, we're just gonna have this be this kung fu fest, right? So yes, there is action, there is fight scenes, but it's not a lot, and it doesn't take away from the real story, right? And there's a villain, but you think that it's gonna be this big, huge threat, and it kind of is, but it does not shy away from what it is about, what it's really about, right? And this is the last thing I'll say before I get to read it. Really, what makes the show shine is how heartfelt it was. But there's tons of emotion in it. I did not see that one coming. Even when shit gets weird, right? Like even like this one particular scene involving two rocks, which had me in stitches,
Uh,
stitches, right? But there's a conversation between the rocks. That's all I'll
yeah.
say. Had me going, boy. But even
Yeah.
that was emotionally driven too. And I was
Yeah.
like, yes, I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. I love it, right? So yes, this is easily one of the best films of 2022, bar none, right? This is one of the most batshit crazy, psychedelic, heady existential films you will ever see. Boy, this is destined to be a cult classic. You might see this
Yeah.
show up in 420 discussions, right? Like what movies do I watch when I get high, right? But
Right.
nah, there's a lot of depth and intelligent stuff in it as well too. But there's
Yeah.
also some slapstick and silly and just flat out fucked up shit too. But I like that it does not stray away from the real heart. But there's a lot of heart in this film as well too, right? So no, don't go into this expecting this to be MCU level. Like, oh my god, it's this big super villain and we must do all these superpowered things. No, 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 no. And I love also how the show just has a sense of fun. Like
Yeah.
with all the weirdness, there's a lot of fun involved as well too. Some of it might work, others might not work for you. Moments I might say, but yeah, yeah. Overall, you really have to praise the Daniels for this being ballsy enough to do this, and E24 for saying, "Yo, let's just go out there, man." So yeah, this is good. This is easily one of E24's best films. This is one of the best. This is the best film I've seen in 2022, bar none. Rating wise, I'm gonna give this a decent 4.5 out of 5. I imagine the more I see this, the more I actually might give this a 5, man. So don't be surprised, guys, if by the end of 2022 this shows up as best stuff, right? So Ricardo, final words and rating, go.
I agree on almost everything you just said. Yeah, this it just genuinely charming, message at the core of the film about family and acceptance of the world and just having just basically love as the core conceit to address the world, especially when things are unsure. And yeah, they really make it work for what it is, especially different references of the world and how you fulfill even though it's a multiverse, it's important in that universe. Like they have something involving a raccoon. There's a
Yes.
alternate version of a story we know. I
Mm-hmm.
love all of that. Even that was tough, and even that became charming. And then the final conceit and the final fight was great. Like that whole fulfilling everybody's, effectively the wishes there at
Yeah.
the end there. I like that was just excellent. I loved it.
Yeah.
And then the entire family pulling each other out of the thing and like, yeah, okay, the
Love it. Love
bagel.
it. Yeah.
Like that's all I'll say.
All right, written.
Yeah, rating. Probably a 9 out of 10. Like it's probably one
Nice.
of my favorite of the year. I did not expect this to be as good as it was. Just genuinely charming, really well done. Again, central message and what you're trying to say is it's just a great idea, and it's just executed so well. There's little small things like when she was changing clothes, like while she's rolling down the stairs,
Mm-hmm.
and you see her clothes changing all the time because she knows the multiverse and there's all these combinations of her. I forget what's her name, the Jupon something. What's her
Oh,
name?
let me put it
What's
up. Jopu Tupaki,
Joputupaki, right? Yeah. So she has the
which have a
Joputupaki
feeling have like a deeper connotation to it.
something. Yeah, I don't know
I
what
don't
it
know.
is, but I dug the hell out of it. As it was just really fantastic film overall. So yeah, rated 9 out of 10 for me.
Nice, nice, nice. And just letting you know, guys, I won't be the one to do like a deep dive and big video essay
Yeah,
on this show, but I imagine there'll be someone somewhere that'll be like,
yeah.
all right,
I
this is
mean,
what
it's just
all this means.
it have so many references in it. Like anybody remember Jet Li's The One? Like is
I
that
was thinking you
a little
want
bit of that,
to,
a little
yeah,
bit of
yeah,
that,
yeah.
yeah.
And even the
Or
fact that you picked Michelle Yeoh to play him, sorry,
exactly.
to play the characters. I mean, come on, like think
Right.
Tai
But
Chi,
Jet
anyone?
Jet Li, Jet Li could have play a short wrong role, or even Jet Li could have
I,
do that.
I agree. Like I know Jet Li though, like all right, he's done with wushu films, right?
Right.
With like pure martial arts films, right? But I know ain't he gonna be in the next Expendables film, which nobody asked for.
Probably. Because the
So
last thing he was in was what, that Mulan movie.
yes, yes,
Right.
yes,
Yeah.
which I forgot about. Shit.
Yeah.
but yeah, he could have been in it as well too. But yo, Short Round was there, so props to
Yeah.
Short
Yeah.
Round, man.
Yeah, man, come true, Judge, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, while I will not be doing a deep dive of this or video essay, sorry, I can't wait for 1-2 drop though. I have an idea
Yeah, I can
which
imagine.
YouTuber will pull it off, but I can't wait to see it. I will watch all 3 hours of it. I will watch all
Right.
3 hours of it, right?
Yeah, no problem.
But yeah, everything everywhere all at once is a real deal, guys. Go see
Yeah.
it as soon as.
Yeah, truly fantastic.